That's gay.
Real gay.
Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to Vulgarity. Say hi, sir.
Hello, it's me again.
I thought
No
you were gonna
fake.
say, when I said say hi, sir, I thought you were gonna say hi, sir. You know, that's a dumbass
No,
fucking
you're
joke.
not.
I'm now playing Infamous Second Son on stream, so,
Yeah, he's playing a game without me. Interesting.
yep.
I think it's because I'm. Never mind. Cheeto Puff. Yeah, Cheeto.
Yeah, you're orange. Not racially motivated.
At all. I'm not freezing. I'm just saying.
How's it going, Deputy?
Oh, somebody had the audacity to text me.
Oh, same old.
But today's episode is about stories, and you know, we just make up stories on the spot. And sir, you tell a story about anything, not as a joke, unless some of it can be jokes. Go ahead and say your story.
Okay, so I was just checking out my new sneakers I got for my birthday, right? Right.
Does it could be fictional. It could be like a completely made up story.
Yeah, I know it is. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I was checking out my new sneakers. So, grandma had got me right, and she's in a little wheelchair or whatever. So she was rolling up out the room, and this time we had like upstairs and downstairs. So I was checking out my new sneakers, about to make a little Instagram post or whatever. Then tell me why all I hear is like her engine, like the little motor sound. It just cut off, then just like 5 bangs. And when I went down the stairs, grandma was just on the floor, like laid there, like called the police, and I was like, oh, like I was just shocked, It was just
Not
like,
poggers.
it was just like, what happened? Like I turned around for 2 seconds, and you're on the ground. What happened? Who did this to you? You okay? I said, you okay? You said, doing well, like I'm okay. You would have died so bad, bruh. In my head.
Okay, so here's my story. So one day I was just walking up a
Awesome.
hill. I was just walking up a hill, right? And then I hear, like, running in the woods right next to me. I'm like, it's fine. It's completely broad daylight, so I'm not scared. It's like, like, and it was like a little shadow. It's like, oh, it's just a fucking stupid ass pussycat. So I just kept on walking, right? And then, Tyler came running into the woods, grabbed the cat, put it in my face, and started fucking the cat. That's all made up, by the way. Alright, you go ahead with your story. Go with your story. Shay Johnson? Shay Johnson?
oh, shit. Okay. So, damn, where do I start? Alright, true story.
Oh, true story? I bet.
So, I was scrolling through Instagram, right?
Right.
Right. And I saw someone their name was Solar Eclipse at the time, right?
Ooh.
Right.
Right.
You should go follow them at Skylar Allen. Yeah. IG.
It's actually Skylar. That is SKYLAR.TW, which is trigger warning, and that's on Instagram. So continue with the story.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm just gonna like shut up my business, because like, why would I just text a random person and be like, hey, I like you. We should totally like be together. It's weird, But
It's not what happened.
yeah, not at all. More the story. I'm black, and
I'm white.
yeah, so we're interracial.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
Yeah, that thing there. Yeah, a vanilla chocolate swirl. Okay, let me stop playing. So, I text him out of nervousness, just feel like I was about to die, because I was like, why would I text him? I swear I was not gonna text him, and I did. He replied. And he was with somebody at the time, aka the ex. Uh,
Which ex was I with?
I don't know her name. Uh,
Was
I
it
already don't.
Jordan? I don't know.
No.
Because that's like one of my most popular exes. Not like popular, it's just like one of the exes I've been with so much and so long.
Right.
So like everyone like I met you when you were dating someone. Was it Jordan? That's my first question. Is it Jordan?
But so I was kind of like upset about that, whatever. Then, like, what was it? A month later of talking, uh, he confessed. Then I confessed because I didn't want to confess. Like, I stopped myself from so many times confessing. Like every time I was like, I have a question or I want to tell you something, I would like change the subject and just ask you something different. So that happened. Uh, Somebody, aka Mari, took it upon themselves to say some fuck shit that had me lose connection with this person that I was very much in love with. And I hated her with a passion, so she was blocked on everything. She was even blocked on PlayStation. You know how much effort that takes to block someone on PlayStation, not
Right?
just
Like my PlayStation is so slow.
like. But what? A few weeks later to a month later, I text him. Well, no, like a day or two later, I texted him and it was like, I never want to talk to you again. Get the fuck out, dirty
Oh
shit.
yeah, I said that. Oh, whoops.
And I was like, damn. So I spent the next few, 2 months in despair of like, damn, I really messed up. But I tell him, alright, or whatever. Then, I don't know who texted first, I believe I did. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you,
I
you
missed
you were
talking.
gonna text on my birthday since you remembered. I
Yeah.
remember this. I was in Tennessee at the time visiting family, and you're like,
Uh,
hi. I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? Cause
Started talking.
there like every time I have a group of friends, there's like some that I like right away, some that I just like, oh, you're just my best friend, and some that I get like really pissed at just talking to them. And you were one of the people I get pissed at just by talking to them for a while. Now you're the first option. But go ahead.
But uh, yeah, and we started talking again. Then at the moment I was with Alicia. Then I broke up with Alicia to go to Kira, and Kira messed up my
Ew.
entire life.
Imagine
She
being with
wasted
Kira. What the
three.
fuck?
She wasted 2 to 3 months of my life. Uh, what was that? From July to September. Yeah, she messed up my. Like 3 months. I put up with that thing for 3 months. That's a long
Three
time. That's
months?
it's 90 days. Yeah. I figured out she was cheating in September, not September, like late August. Because then, like when we were at the end of our relationship, she gonna tell me the first day of school she liked the guy, and I was like, "Oh, so you a
You
ho."
ho ho Merry Christmas.
Right. But yeah, that happened. At the time I was dating this person, the other person I was just talking about too, and apparently they didn't know. Even I thought I told them, but that's my bad, my
Wait,
fault.
are you talking about me?
Yeah, that's my bad, my fault. I should have checked that. And I hurt both of them, and it hurt me. So me and the first person broke up.
And then me and
Then
Kira became besties.
yeah, that was like damn.
Me and Kira talked like every day. Just saying.
Yeah. Then
You're like, oh my god, what like why did we date, sir? Like ill. I'd never do it again. Oh well look at me now.
Mhm. But
Fucking
yeah,
Kira.
then me and Kara fell apart. Then she came back, left, came back again.
Saying, I miss you, sir.
Right, like
Like,
take me down.
imagine.
I would say something, but that would be me exposing her. So,
Go ahead, say it, it's fine.
huh?
Go ahead and say it, it's fine.
So, when I was with London, basically, or
Uh-huh.
on the branch of getting with London, and Kara would call me, and we would just talk regularly. And I know when Kira's doing something because I know Kira.
Right.
So I was just talking to Kara on my computer on Microsoft Teams, I believe. Yeah, because she didn't have a
Huh.
phone at the time. Then she was fingering herself to my voice. I was just like,
She was doing what? Really?
Yeah. And I was like, why? Why'd you do that? She said your
Oh
voice
shit.
is
Now that you
soothing.
know that, I gotta tell another story. Are you done with your story?
Huh? Almost. Then she's like, your voice is soothing. A month later, I cut off Kira completely because she tried to come back and throw shade. London is mad at me or sad in her feelings because I'm with you. And I'm living my best life with you now. And yeah, moral of the story. How I got out of my love triangle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Um, I do. Okay, so this is gonna be a short story. Me and Vince, right? We were dating. We were
Yeah.
actually in a poly relationship with some whore. Don't call me sexy. She was a literal whore, dating
Oh,
five
we know.
guys at one time.
Damn.
Yeah. An
Nasty.
open relationship. Okay, I get it, but maybe don't date five guys. Like maybe like two, three guys at once is fine. Maybe
Damn.
not five. What the
So
fuck?
James,
But
Cortez,
and then
parked in his hideout and about to go inside.
she would finger herself on FaceTime with me
Conduit
and
doesn't even
show
do their
everything.
fighting
I'm like,
parked in his.
uh,
okay.
All right,
Uh,
fine.
looks worn out because you've
All right,
been
fine.
with other people, but okay. Hmm?
So this is really making
Oh
me.
yeah. Should we talk about
Hello? Anybody
the
home?
Pennsylvania person? Should I talk about
Pennsylvania person.
Vince? He lives in Pennsylvania. Uh,
Oh, Vince or Augie lives in Pennsylvania.
huh? They're both the same person. You
I
didn't.
know.
You didn't. Oh yeah,
Whoa, whoa!
same difference. So August. Yeah. Uh, I started dating him in the midst of when I met him, which was last year. I met him through a friend of mine,
Bigger than I
which
Who
I
is
don't talk
that?
to anymore. I don't talk to her anymore because I lost my old account and I forgot her username, game tag, all that. So she's not gonna remember me, and I'm not gonna remember her. But we used to talk a lot and play Brawlhalla and Fortnite a lot with her.
Hmm.
And I met Vince through her, and me and Vince started talking. I developed
Get back in there.
feelings. He developed feelings. We got together. Only used me for sex.
Solid mess
Um,
in your basement.
Wait,
basically
Deal
Vince
with
did?
the people
nudes.
your angels
Yeah,
craft.
nudes, all that. And
I mean, yeah, I've
my
seen his
blind
dick pic.
ass, my blind ass didn't
Silent
realize it
P, you
until
coward!
he threatened to expose me if I didn't send anything else. And I was like,
Vince did
wow.
that to you?
Yeah, and I was like, wow.
He never did that to me.
Yeah. I was like, damn, like that. But he came back,
But yeah,
apologized.
when Sir first started texting me like, "Oh, he's following August. Should I trust him?" Like,
Mhm.
like I don't think I want to talk to you.
So I was just like, yeah. And like, I was like, surprised when we figured out that we both dated him. I was just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
interesting. He was just like, my ex is following you, and I was like, for real? So my ex is following you, and he was like, who's your ex? I was like, I said his username. He was like, really? That's my ex too, and I was like, how the fuck?
Vince Michael Buffo.
Not so easy when you don't have
Yeah.
a minion to pick me up and fly me away, huh?
But
Unless, of course, you can make the platforms fall.
yeah, that happened.
Gotta stop
Moral of the
this crap.
story: fuck everyone
Yeah,
in the ass.
except for my boyfriend.
Yep.
Um, any other? That's one second.
We could also tell like fictional funny ass stories.
Okay, you can start.
Um, so one day I was just walking my pig, and then suddenly, my friend, what's his name again? Tom. He came over and he was like, "Hey, do you want to play Fortnite 5?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then, he meant like 5, like to 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then after we got done with my Fortnite game, they were scratching out of our window, right?
Mhm.
And we looked out and we saw our best friend. We're like, oh my god, Eugene, is that you? So we, so we let him in, right? And then we all play Fortnite 5. Um,
Yeah.
and then we won every single match because we're too good at the game. And
Definitely.
then we heard another scratching at the window, same window, by the way. But Eugene was still here. We're like, Eugene's the only one who scratches at our windows because he's a fucking furry.
Right.
But anyways, and then we looked outside, and then we saw this like cat figure, right? What's the thing with
Okay.
cats? and then it was a guy with a mask on, but the guy was old, and he has a Hershey chocolate bar. And we're like, yeah, like who would pass down that offer, right? Um, and then we ate it, and then we all passed out and woke up in a sewer. And then we were surrounded by a bunch of fish when we got out of there because we had a huge phobia of fish. And then we got back and butt fucked each other. Yeah, that's about it.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, there you go. There's my Eugene story.
That's fucking.
There's me. What's his name? Tom and Eugene story. Yep.
Yep. Just like that.
You tell your story.
To my story. Oh.
I made it up all on the spot. By the way, that was all improv.
Damn. Okay. So, okay. So you know my grandma Harriet Tubman?
Oh my god. Yeah.
So basically, one day I was just doing regular slave work, and all that.
I'm gonna get canceled from your activities.
Can't myself. You know, just regular. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm watching Korea's Kenshin. This is a true story, by the way. But I was watching Korea's Kenshin yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
And mind you, it's like 12 in the morning.
Midnight.
And yeah, midnight. 12 in the morning. So I'm just vibing, watching. What was it again?
Corey Kitchen.
Poppy's Playtime, something like that.
Mm.
Perhaps something like that. I was watching that, and the motherfucking blue tall ass huggy wuggy thingy pop out the damn dark. So of course I fucking scream, cause like what the hell? Why you just emerge from the dark like that? Like, yeah. So I do that. I quickly turn off my TV, and I went to go turn my TV back on, and the remote slick went missing. And I'm just like, the hell? Like, the shit was right here.
Right.
Then I'm just trying to maneuver my way through the dark to go turn my light on, and I flipped the switch. The shit was not turning on. So I was like, damn, light bulb went out. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm trying to maneuver or whatever, because my phone's dead, and I didn't have my charger or
Right.
whatever. So I'm moving through the damn dark, and mind you, I hate sleeping with my closet door open. But mind you, at the time I was not asleep, so I just had it open. So I look at my damn closet, and I see something, like, dark, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just looking at it sideways to make sure, like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Then, knowing me, my first instinct is to dip. But the damn door is locked behind me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm dead. In my head, so I'm just, heavily breathing and shit like that. Like, the fuck is about to happen? Then, I was just tripping, like, the whole fucking time, just geeking. And, goddamn, something falls out my closet. Like one of my shirts weren't on the hanger properly, and it just slid off the damn hanger and fell. So obviously, I'm like, something's in my fucking closet. So I unlocked the door and proceed to run out, and I just hear snoring and shit. And I'm like, the fuck? And
So when your house
uh,
somewhere?
yeah, I was just like, the fuck? Then I go in the damn closet. Tell me why Joshua in my fucking closet asleep. I'm like, bruh. I'll tell you,
Joshua's in your closet asleep.
yes. I was like, what are you doing? In my head, so had me like I was finna get murdered on sight. I was like, damn, I'm finna get murdered like this, yeah, well, like this. So I pick him up by the damn neck, like I'm about to throw him out this fucking window, and
Right.
he just woke up like, huh, what are you doing? I was like,
You in my
I was
closet. Get out.
right. I was just like, so I'm gonna come out the closet.
What are
for
you
me.
doing?
Right, I was just like, why are you in here? And he was like, where am I? Like, what do you mean, why am I in here? I'm in my room. He was like, oh. And I was like, the fuck you mean, oh? Like, how did you slide yourself in my closet all sneaky
And
like?
fall asleep.
Right, who
You
does
said this
that?
was last night.
Yeah, last night.
And
And
you
he's
forgot to
like,
tell me.
huh? Oh yeah, I did. I forgot to tell you, to be honest with you. Cause I was trying to talk to you, but Tyler was there. And I like, Tyler being there and Maurice and the message I got sent for whatever kind of threw me off my day off. But that happened, so yeah, I take him in his room and just throw him on his bed. And he was like, "What you do that for?" And I was like, "You're lurking in my closet. Why are you lurking in my closet?" And he was like, "Oh, you wouldn't let me in your room earlier, so I just wanted to see what you be doing." I was like, "You're weird."
Did you do
Glad I
anything weird while he was in there?
Glad I didn't. Shit.
Right?
I was thinking about doing this shit too. That's kind of the whole reason I tried to find my remote, and I was just like, wow.
Right.
But
You forget we're on a podcast, right?
I was gonna watch
A
Clock.
bubble
I mean,
guppies.
yeah, but yeah, that thing, porn. I mean, fuck. Bubble porn. I mean, fish porn. Fuck. What's wrong with me? I have a
Ew.
fetish. It's nasty. Saying shit at this point. But yeah, that's how my night went, and I couldn't sleep like the whole night because I was like, what if someone's actually in my closet? You know?
Right.
But I ended up falling asleep, and I woke up just fine. So I'm vibing. It's another story I want to
Josh
tell.
was sleeping in your fucking closet.
Right, like
If my baby
some.
brother ever falls asleep in my closet, I'm grabbing him by the arms and throwing him into his. No, I wouldn't do that to Jackson. But
Do you have a story before I tell this next story? Because this next story is very tragic.
I mean, I have a fictional story that I could just make up.
Sure. Let's hear it, man.
So one day I was just lurking, inside of my crush's house. I wasn't supposed to be there. And he unlocked the door. My crushy. Yeah.
Mhm.
He unlocked the door and then suddenly grew boobs. and I was like, okay, inflation king question mark. And then he grabbed me by the neck, threw me on the couch, and punched me in the face 5 times, which I thought he was gonna fuck me, but he didn't. and then my boy best friend came and be like, not my watch, and then punched my crush in the face, and then my best friend started fucking me. And now go ahead and say your story.
Uh, okay, so another true story. Earlier yesterday or the day before yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
I was laying down and I was on the FaceTime with Jeremy.
Right. Oh my god, I
and
think I know what you're about to say.
I was just chilling and I looked at my phone and she was at like 2-3%, and I was like, okay, let me just grab my damn charger. So I have a bed frame basically, right? And it's
Right.
like the wall and just the bed frame in the bed. So tell me
I know
why
exactly
my
what
fat ass just slid through it, and I'm just there stuck looking dumb as hell, just there like chilling on my
I have
damn.
videos and pictures of you stuck.
Stop. Okay, so I was
Posting
just
into
there
YouTube, by the
chilling.
way.
Huh?
Posting them to YouTube, by the way. joking. But go ahead,
But
continue your story.
basically, I was just stuck there, like levitating, basically, because the bed was still like, the frame to the bed was like mad close to the wall, so I didn't fall all the way through. Then I tried to move, and the whole entire bed just suddenly moved away from the damn wall, and I fell on my damn neck. Basically, I'm over here hurt like a motherfucker, and I tried to get up, but it's like it pushed away from the wall, but it like pushed away to the point I was still stuck, like I couldn't move. So whole time I'm trying to maneuver my way up out the bed. Then every time I reached the top of the bed, I had to like
Father Delson, now!
goddamn backflip off the wall to get on top of my bed, and I fell most a lot of times. Even when I got on the bed, like the way I was facing, I literally somehow hit a whole entire 180, and I faced the other direction while trying to get up.
Definitely a safety.
It was just stupid. Like I was just there for almost a damn hour. It was just dumb. But yeah, and Jeremy took screenshots of shit, and
Send it to me.
he
'Cause I
sent
have
them to my
Jeremy's number.
boyfriend.
He was like,
And
get your fucking boyfriend.
then I was just I picked up an umbrella with my mouth, and Jeremy took a picture of it. He was like, he's shooting on you with an umbrella, and I was like, bitch.
And you said that I eat throat food. I was like, it's food, not a fucking rain protector.
Like, okay, you're eating an animal. It's kind of weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're vegan?
No, I'm vegan. Yeah, fagin, cause I'm a fag bag.
Hey yo.
But yeah, fictions and fairy tales. What's the name of that? I'm joking.
The tragic story of Sergen stuck in his fucking bed. Those exact words. Sir
Trigger
fucking
warning.
dies.
No, because I was like suffocating basically,
Right.
and Jeremy was just over here laughing, and then I said, "I'm gonna be on the damn news," and they gonna be like, "A man dies from bed frame." I was like, "What type of shit is that?" Like, call it like that, a fucking bed frame. That's just damn.
Like you would be like, people would be spitting on your carcass.
Pathetic. Okay, well that's all I have. Yeah.
Let me think of a true story.
Ew. It's gonna be
Um,
saucy. It's got to get saucy. Continue.
I'm trying to think.
Okay, come here.
Um, I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but one time there was this point in life where like if I did something bad, like I had to tell my dad or I wouldn't or I'd feel so guilty, right? Or my mom, whichever of the two. Mostly my dad, because you know my dad isn't like no, that is unacceptable like my mom. Um, but then something happened between me and someone, and then I was like, Dad, I'm gay. Because of what happened, and and my dad was like, no, you're not. And then I explained the story to him. He's like, uh, well, and I was like, he's like, no, and my mom was like, no, you guys were just silly boys. Yeah. So, anyway, so,
Ain't no way.
but then yeah, that's that.
So you're just silly boys. That's what. Thanks.
Not my favorite song.
What happened?
Nothing. You should do a fictional story.
A fictional story? Okay.
Yep.
So, how do I put this?
When the DUP came, they said they were taking me to a new school designed for
Okay, so,
different.
one day I was, driving, supposedly,
Hooked me up to her machines
um,
and made me call them out
to
Don't think
Alabama.
about it. Just
shopping before
Just go with the
So
flow.
yeah, it's driving to Alabama
Mm.
because we're going to pass through Alabama and go to Florida, go to the beach, stuff like that. Then on the way to Alabama, I stop at a gas station
Right.
and to get gas, obviously, because long ass way from where I came from. Then see somebody that's familiar, and I was just like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I was like, "It's me." And I was like, "Who's me?" And I was like, "Kyle." And I was like, "Oh, you." Hello, dude. And he was like, "Hello, dude." Then we went before each other. Basically, more on the story. And he drove and he crashed the car like the dumb idiot he is that day. No shade. Crashed the car. Had to get my shit towed. I had whiplash and I was in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. More on the story.
So it's not about a crush growing boobs and your homie fucking you, huh?
Literally.
Okay, this is gonna be a fictional story. So one day, right, I was
Go anywhere. First of all, thank you for using the word
Loose.
stupid. Second of all, why are you being such a dick?
mic up plug. Sorry, I'm a dumbass.
I
Anyway,
was
so I was just playing my video games, right? And I got a call. It's like, oh my god, it's my girl best friend, right? I pick up the phone. She's like, hey, I miss you, and I hope you're not busy because I kind of want to come over. I'm like, no, I'm not busy. Just sitting here playing games, my usual. So she packs up her stuff because she's gonna have to stay a few days, and she comes over, right?
Mhm.
And best friends cuddle. We start cuddling. We watch anime. We do whatever friendly cuddles. And
Mhm.
then one night when I was asleep, um, we had to share the same bed because everything else was so uncomfortable. But
Sure.
we're best friends and everything, right? So one night when I was sleeping, I had a dream of her becoming a demon and raping me, and and I woke up and the bitch was drooling on me, and I slapped her, and she woke up. She's like, "What the fuck was that for?" I'm like, "Bitch, you're drooling on me." And plus, what happened? Like, what? Did you cover up my dream? She was like, "No, what happened?" And I was like, "You raped me as a demon." And she was like, "Oh." And then she goes to the kitchen, right? Then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you had that dream. I know that must have been traumatizing." And then she goes to the kitchen to get a glass of water or whatever drink she got. I didn't really pay attention. I was tired. And then she came back with a drink. She drank it aggressively, literally splashing the water back into the cup. And she came over to me like, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, no thanks." And then we sat down. We started watching more anime. Right. Um, then something slid under the door. It was a note. I pick up the note. I'm like, who the fuck's in my house? Because this isn't my bedroom door. And then I look around in my house. No one's there. Literally just got dropped off by air. So I open up the note. And I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be an invite to freaking Hogwarts. But it's not, sadly. And then I open the note and I'm like, okay. Ashley, what's her name? Do you mind explaining this? And it's a note saying that she's wanted in 5 states. But speaking that, it's bad handwriting. So she's like, oh, that's fake. You can see the bad handwriting. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. So we went back to bed next morning because, we woke up in the middle of the night from her raping me. So, sorry to all the people that has happened to him. Like, sir, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That was just, sorry. I'm sorry,
It's
I
fine.
didn't mean to
Continue.
put you out there.
It's fine. Continue.
Um, then I woke up and then she was already up. She was playing on my PlayStation, which I had no problem with. She's like, "Oh, you just playing video games? All right, I'm gonna go make some breakfast." I cooked breakfast. I cracked the egg right to put it in the pan because I wanted to make some scrambled eggs because she liked her eggs scrambled as well. So I cracked the egg, and once I'm done scrambling them, I put them on the plate and I bring her to it. I'm like, "Yeah, this is a nice, beautiful morning outside, isn't it?" And then she goes, "Yeah, we should go take a walk." Which after we get done eating, we do. And the road is a bit icy from it snowing, but we plowed through it like it was a snow plow with the snow. But yeah, the road was a bit icy. We kind of slipped sometimes, but we were fine. We took a really good long walk, got some good exercise in, and she was like, I like you, by the way, and started aggressively making out with me. And I was like, okay, you need some lipstick. And I'm like, oh. And then turns into a demon, and I wake up, and then she's beside me, drooling on me again, and I slapped the bitch. I'm like, stop drooling on me. And then she's like, oh, and then she goes to get a glass of water and splashes it on me, and I wake up again. The bitch is drooling on me. Stop drooling on me. And she's like, oh, okay. Instead of going to get a glass of water this time, I'm actually awake, fully awake, not in a dream. Because I pinched myself. I'm like, okay, it hurts, not in a dream. So I sat down with her, and we watched, Attack on Titan, whatever the fuck we want to watch. And then she starts touching up on my chest. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? We're just watching anime. This means nothing. What the fuck? And then she's like, I am, and then she just folded the fucking plate. I'm joking, that doesn't happen. She starts rubbing up on my chest and takes my shirt off and stabs me in the chest. The end.
Damn.
That's my story about my best friend Ashley.
Okay.
Right? That was a long ass story, and I made up all that on the spot.
Interesting.
Do you have a fictional story to share?
Do I have a fictional story?
Yep.
Yeah, actually.
Okay. It's a bitch drooling on you.
So I wake up on Monday and I go to the kitchen and make, what the fuck is that?
Wait, slow down, restart.
I wake up in the morning, I go to the kitchen
Right.
to make breakfast for my family that's currently asleep.
Right.
And making the usual sausage, scrambled eggs, fucking pancakes.
Sounds good.
And I go to get syrup or whatever. Turns out we have none, so I'm just like, fuck. So, throw on some shoes. I walk to the store. This is about a 15 minute walk,
Right.
if you say so. So, on the way there, it's, what? Fucking grassy, like it's grassy as hell. It's just grassy as hell, like from where you get off of the road to go to the store. It's just grassed and just the store is decked off to the side.
Yeah.
One little corner. So I enter the store and this creepy ass dude is just behind the register and I'm just, freaked out, whatever. But it turns out he's the cash register or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I grab.
Shut up.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. I grabbed the syrup, which is about $5, and which for some reason it was like a big bottle of syrup. Those like oversized ass bottles of syrup.
Oh yeah.
I go pay for it, and he told me the price of it, and I went reach for my wallet or whatever.
Wait. I didn't hear you. My mic unplugged. You go to pay for it.
Yeah, I go to pay for it, and he told me the price of it. I went to get my money out my wallet. Then he didn't have like the little shields you have now, to where it blocks you off from the person and all that. It was just like open. So I try to hand him the money, and he reaches for the money, and I realize he has no fucking hand. It's like bare bone. So I'm just like, the fuck? Like, and I grabbed the syrup, ran out the store, and he just starts smiling at me while I'm running. And I'm about to like reach my house, like the door or whatever. Mind you, I'm still running, cause I'm fast like that. And I knock on the door so I can get let in. Then they let me in. What Abigail and Joshua let me in, whatever. So they asked me while I was running. I said it's not important or whatever. So I went to finish making the food. I did just the syrup on there. I called everybody into the kitchen to come eat. So everybody sits down. They eat. I go to play my game. Then my mom calls me. When I go in the kitchen, she's not there. I go in her room, she's not there. And Abigail and Josh are like nowhere to be found either. So I'm just like, the hell? Then the damn attic door just like, not attic door, the attic, like, you know, the little staircase you have to go up to the attic.
Yeah.
It just like falls open, and I'm creeped out, whatever. I'm like, oh, she's probably just calling me from up there. So I go up there, and it's like pitch black, and the lights up there don't work. So I proceed to pull out my phone for this damn flashlight, and it, I turned up my flashlight and looked around. And I started calling my mom's name. Then the door for the attic just the ladder for the attic just like slammed like shut. So I'm creeped the fuck out, or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I started walking backwards. Right.
Yeah.
Start walking backwards. Then I turn around, and the guy with the note, the bone hand, is just there smiling. So I run, like I'm crawling on the floor backwards or whatever. Then I fall through the attic door and hit my damn head. Then I
Damn.
black out. And I woke up, and I was in front of the store again. And when I went in there, it was like nobody there. Like the shit was just pitch black, quiet. So I proceeded to turn around. The damn door locked. Then uh, I uh, I turned around. Then it was just like a spotlight and just a big ass bottle of syrup. And instead of it being full of syrup, it was full of blood, and it had my mom, Abigail, and Joshua's name on it, like imprinted. And I was like, wow. Basically, their blood's in the container. Yeah, that was all off the dome. Look at me.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I was creative as hell.
What the fuck? I know you're not. So, what you wanna do now?
I don't know. Maybe I have a fictional story to tell.
Sure.
Um,
Sound real tired, by the way.
I am. Anyway, so one day I was just, I was watching some TV, not necessarily anime, just watching some Netflix recommendations. I was like, why not? What can possibly go wrong? Um, and then I get a call from my work boss. I'm like, okay, I'm off today and tomorrow. Why am I getting a call from him? And I wake up, I'm like, hello. I'll not wake up. I pick up the phone, and I'm like, hello. And he's like, hey, I know you're off today and tomorrow, but I need you to come to work right now. Not really like to work. I just need you to see something. I'm like, okay. So I get dressed, and I grab my keys, and I start driving to my job. And then I arrive at work. I walk in. I'm like, hey, boss, what's the problem? Why'd you call me? And he's like, well, there's a dead body in our back room. And I'm like, okay, why did you need to call me? None of my coworkers are here. Why me? And he's like, because I think you're responsible for it. I'm like, why? And and he was like, well, it's because of what happened to him. I'm like, what happened to him? And apparently someone burned a knife on fire and shoved it into their neck. I'm like, how would that make me responsible? Because you're into fire. I'm like, well, you're not wrong, but I didn't do it. But, and then he was like, okay. He checks the security cameras and he figures out that it wasn't me. I don't know why he didn't fucking check the security cameras at first, you fucking piece of you fucking dumbass. And he was like, okay, sorry for bothering you. He calls the police and they come and investigate, which I need to stay for some questioning, which I'm not suspicious because they know I'm not a suspect. The guy was wearing a fucking Mickey Mouse mask for some reason.
What the fuck?
He literally got some of our oil, like our frying oil. I worked at a restaurant, and put it on the blade, got some gasoline, and lit it on fire, and shoved the blade in the guy's neck. And I'm like, what? Okay, that's weird. And then I go home, right?
Mhm.
And then there's a guy with a Mickey Mouse mask standing right in front of me. I'm like, aren't you the guy that killed my coworker? And he's like, no, I just bought this Mickey Mouse mask. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I see it's my best friend. I'm like, oh, because he's not as tall as the guy in the security camera footage. Um, because my best friend's short as fuck. Anyway, I'm like, oh, okay. He's kind of scared me because my coworker just died from someone that had a Mickey Mouse mask. He said, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm like, it's fine. Um, and then I go to bed. I have a dream where I get murdered the same exact way, right?
Mhm.
And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I was very groggy. I had a little bit of drink last night, to get my
Mhm.
mind off of my coworker being murdered.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of drink, like enough to get me a hangover in the morning.
Mhm.
So I had a hangover, so I went to go drink some water. The water didn't help, of course, but like I was thirsty. So
Mhm.
I went to go drink some water, and what happened next? I'm trying to remember. So I went to go drink some water, and then I get a call, and guess who it is? It's my boss. I'm like, okay, why is he calling? It's fucking 2 in the morning, and I'm just trying to get some water. He's like, hey, sorry, it's not too late. And I was like, no, it's fine. I just woke up to get some water, and he called me while I was making my glass of water. You fucking prick. Anyway, he's like, sorry, we identified who the killer is. I'm like, oh, okay, who's the killer? And apparently, it was actually another coworker. Um, it was the coworker that I work with every day, right? Like he's like that guy that you work with a lot. It was that guy for me, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh god. And like, how long is his sentence? He's like, it says that he's killed people before, so he's in death row. I'm like, oh my god, death row? That must be tough. Yeah. So I go to visit him and cuss him the fuck out. Because I like that coworker he killed. Me and her
Okay.
got along. Her, by the way. Uh, the coworker was a full ass dude. Um, and then like where the glass is in the prison where you can call. I
Mhm.
bang on the glass, almost broke it, but I didn't. So I left, and I went to Gracie's funeral, which is the girl who got murdered in her neck, right?
Mhm.
And then I was crying, of course. She was a good friend of mine, and I was actually kind of happy that he was in death row, right?
Mhm.
Which is very dark, but I was happy he was in death row. Um, but then I got to thinking, I'm like, why did he kill her? So I went back to the prison during visitor hours, so I could actually see him in person. Now behind a fucking glass pane, right? So we
Mhm.
went, and I sat down at the table. I'm like, so I've been thinking, why did you kill Gracie, John? And John said, well, I don't know. I was feeling murderous tendencies. Because, I've been killing people before. I'm like, why? What made you start killing people before? Apparently, the first person he killed was his sister, which is kind of weird.
Michael
So,
Myers, man.
for real. And I'm like, oh, okay. So ever since you killed your sister, you've gotten a certain urge to kill people. Um, Ted Bundy vibes. Anyway, like, did you work at a suicide? All right, so I'll shut up. And then I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like when you do like crack or some type of drug, you get addicted. And then he's like, yeah, you're right. And I hope I never get out of this prison. I'm like, I hope you don't either, you fucking prick. Said that exactly to his face. And then he's like, I understand why you called me a prick, and I'm sorry. Because he was a good friend of mine, and I trusted him. And then he just threw my trust under the bus, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine just throwing my trust under the bus like it's nothing. And then he's like, I'm sorry. And then visiting hours were over, so I was forced to go home. So I went home, right, and I saw that there was a note. Like my door had a you know, like those things that you can open and slip mail through.
Mm-hmm.
My door had that, so I saw that I had a note from Ashley, right? And apparently it was written before she died because there was a bit of blood on it. So I think she was either writing it while she was being chased or like during her death. But she probably died instantly. So, and then I read it. It's like, I'm sorry. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't do this to him. Apparently, she was dating John at the time, which I didn't know, which I wish I would have known. And apparently, she was drunk one night and cheated on him. Like, you should be understanding if she was drunk, right? And then he ended up murdering her. I'm like, okay. And then I'm just like all confused and traumatized because I saw the security cam of my best friend dying. So I was like, oh my fucking god. And then, and she also said that I'm sorry that you probably saw the security cam footage because the boss made you look at it. And I'm sorry if you're traumatized, which I forgave her and everything. I just wish she told me that she was dating him because I would have warned her. You know, he's a weird fucking dude. But, you know, he was also my best friend. We were a part of a friend group. But, you know, just a weird motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, like 2 years later, after this whole incident, I completely forgot about it. Apparently, John got out of jail. Well, I guess I heard some fake news because I heard he was going to death row. He was only in jail for 2 years. I'm like, that's a bit weird. I'm like, okay. And then he visits me. I'm like, oh my god, what do you want? I don't forgive you, John. I really don't. And he's like, I know. Just give me just 5 minutes, please. I'm like, alright, fine. Come in, I guess. Just don't murder me. And then, and then he comes in. We sat down at the couch. We put on our favorite childhood movie. And then at the end, like, we're talking about, like, okay, I wish you didn't kill my best friend, one, and two, I wish you would told me you guys were dating. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. And plus she was, and I said, plus she was drunk, so there's a higher chance of her cheating on you. Plus she probably didn't remember, so why would you be like, oh my god, you cheated on me, but you were drunk. I'm still gonna fucking kill you, right? And plus,
So if I was drunk,
my third question was like, why were you wearing a Mickey Mouse mask? It's like, because I watch Mickey Mouse. I'm like, oh, you fucking
ain't no fucking
grown
way.
ass.
You a
Um,
grown ass man just said it.
and then I'm like, oh, all right, I guess, sure, why not? And then he leaves because his 5 minutes were up. I set a fucking timer. Didn't want the bitch in my house, right? Like, because I want him to leave as soon as he set foot in my house, my property. Um, and then I visit Ashley's grave like I do about every month. It was my monthly time to go visit Ashley, and I visit her and I pray for her, everything like that, right? And then I just feel so bad and I start crying. And then John appears behind me and then he whispers in my ear, "I'm sorry, buddy," and stabs me. God, that was all improv, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
How'd I come up with that on the spot? I have no idea.
Man, just made a whole entire short film. I'm done.
Yep. Any animators? Can you please animate that story? I'd love to see it.
You sound like you're about to go to sleep.
No.
I have a question.
God.
So, if I was drunk, right?
If you're who?
If I was drunk, right?
Right.
And I cheated, right?
Right.
How would you feel?
a bit mad but understanding because you were drunk. Can't really control yourself when you're drunk, right?
Mm.
So I'm like, oh, I mean, if you weren't drunk, I would be like, what the fuck? End up forgiving you.
Yeah.
One day, but you know, I would forgive you instantly if you were drunk because you were drunk. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Doesn't mean go out and do it anyways. But yeah, this is good. Ooh, this is interesting. Well,
You have any
um,
made up stories as good as mine?
I think I can top that.
Huh?
I think I can top that. So, uh, I'm kind of out of stories. How long has this video been?
No idea.
Which that comes up to like 5 hours. Like, wow.
Um,
It's like the longest we've talked in a while.
right. I need to screen record this fucking, uh, those stories. You know?
Alright. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look to see how long we've been streaming this. 56 minutes.
Hour.
Yeah.
What about the first one?
It was like 20, 30 something minutes.
Mm. So it's already posted.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll do you dirty, yeah. Have we
What?
stopped streaming?
No.
Have we stopped? No?
You want me to stop?
Uh, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, meta stories. Well, we'll probably do a lot of vulgarity episodes as long as we're in Christmas break and on weekends. So expect a lot of vulgarity episodes because, you know, I'm having a lot of fun. Are you, sir?
Of course I am.
Like, all these made-up stories and shit. Like, and real stories as well. You know,
Right.
get to learn a little bit more of that. Is like, even though I'm a YouTuber, you know, and I have 56 subscribers, which is not a lot, but I'm very appreciative of it.
Right.
Like, you guys don't know don't know much about me, so hopefully vulgarity will help you understand me more and shit.
Because we're each other. I mean, not me. Easy. Never mind, let me just shut up. Okay.
Sir will be in a lot of my videos, maybe outside of vulgarity, unless an episode turns like a normal episode. Like, this is not gonna be an episode of vulgarity. 30 minutes in, it's an episode of vulgarity. But you know, um, I do look forward to doing some more vulgarity episodes. Hopefully tomorrow, right?
Right.
Um, I might actually wake up in the morning and call Sir to wake his ass up, get on PlayStation,
Why?
and we can do a vulgarity episode.
Like, why would you want to wake me up?
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Oh shit! And if you did, smash that like button if you want to. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. Subscribe if you want to. It's very helpful for me if you click that juicy red button that's sitting under my profile, which is
Right.
above the description. Above the description, under my profile, and you should click it unless you don't want to. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Now, and I'll catch you guys on the